Welcome back to Silicophilic. Imagine this. You boot up your gaming PC and instead of Windows throwing notifications at your face, asking for updates, opening random background processes, installing Copilot features you never asked for, your PC just launches directly into gaming mode. No clutter, no distractions, no feeling like your gaming rig secretly became an officer computer. That's the moment a lot of gamers are having with Bazzite right now. And honestly, this might be the first time in years where gamers are starting to ask a dangerous question. Do you even need Windows anymore? The real problem with Windows. For decades, Windows was gaming. If you played on PC, you played on Windows. End of story. Linux was considered weird, complicated, but then Valve released the Steam Deck, and suddenly millions of gamers realized something shocking. Linux gaming actually works now. Gamers today aren't just frustrated with compatibility, they are frustrated with Windows itself. Updates interrupt gaming sessions, sometimes even rebooting mid-match. Telemetry and background services eat into performance, and features like Copilot or enterprise integrations feel irrelevant on a gaming rig. That's the overhead Bazzite is trying to strip away. And out of that entire movement, one operating system started getting attention faster than almost anything else. It's Bazzite. Not because it's trying to replace Windows for everyone, but because it's trying to build something Windows forgot how to be. A gaming-first operating system, and that's where the story gets really interesting. Gamers don't dislike Windows, however, it seems they dislike what Windows became. Windows today feels like one operating system trying to serve everybody: the office workers, AI users, enterprise companies, students, creators, developers. Gamers don't want a universal productivity platform. They want their PC to feel like a console where they can game and a PC where they need it. That's exactly why SteamOS became so loved on the Steam Deck. You press power and you get straight into gaming. It's simple, fast, and focused, and Bazzite basically wants to bring the feeling to all gaming PCs. What Bazzite actually is. Now here is where people get confused. Bazzite is not SteamOS, it's built differently underneath. SteamOS uses Arch Linux, Bazzite uses Fedora Atomic. However, from a gamer's perspective, Bazzite feels like SteamOS evolved beyond the Steam Deck. Fedora Atomic gives Bazzite stability and seamless updates compared to Arch-based SteamOS. Out of the box, Proton and Lutris handle Windows games, HDR and VRR are supported, controllers work automatically, and Steam is pre-installed. It's designed so you don't have to touch the terminal. You just install, open your games, and play. It supports gaming desktops, laptops, handhelds, AMD, Nvidia, Intel. And the crazy part is that a lot of things gamers struggle with on Linux are already pre-configured. So Steam is already there. Windows games work using Proton. Lutris is included too. Controllers work automatically. HDR and VRR are supported as well. Basically, Bazzite is made to make Linux gaming easy. You install it, open your games, and start playing. Without messing around with complicated setup or commands, you just install it, open your games, and play. The shift that's happening. And here is the part nobody is talking about enough. Bazzite is not just attracting Linux users, it's attracting exhausted Windows gamers, especially handheld users, the ROG Ally users, Legion Go users, mini PC gamers. Because on handheld gaming PCs, Windows honestly feels awkward. There are tiny desktop icons, keyboard pop-ups, driver weirdness, background processes eating battery life. Meanwhile, Bazzite boots into a console-like UI instantly. That difference changes everything. And according to reports, Bazzite's user growth has exploded recently as more gamers look for alternatives to Windows. Not because Linux suddenly became perfect, but because Windows became frustrating enough that gamers started looking elsewhere. That's a huge difference. The gamers versus non-gamers. Bazzite is not exactly separating gamers from Windows, it's separating gaming PCs from general purpose PCs. That's the real shift happening, because for the first time, gamers are asking, what if my gaming machine existed only for gaming? Not for spreadsheets, not for Microsoft services, not for AI integration, just games. And weirdly, console gamers already understood this years ago. Nobody buys a PlayStation expecting Excel support. The machine exists for gaming. Bazzite brings that philosophy back to PC. Now before people start uninstalling Windows immediately, there is a reality check here. Bazzite is impressive, but some games still don't work because of kernel-level anti-cheat systems. Games like Valorant, Call of Duty, Fortnite can still have compatibility problems on Linux. And for many people, that alone is a deal breaker. Then there's software, Adobe apps, certain Windows-only tools, specialized creator software. Windows still dominates there. So right now, Bazzite works best for a very specific type of gamer, the person who mostly lives inside Steam, wants a console-like experience and is tired of Windows overhead. What makes Bazzite fascinating isn't whether it replaces Windows tomorrow. It's what it represents. For years, PC gamers had no alternative. Now they do, and competition changes everything. Because if enough gamers start leaving Windows for gaming-focused systems, Microsoft eventually has to respond. Either Windows becomes better for gamers again, or gamers slowly drift toward platforms designed specifically for them. That's the pressure Bazzite creates. And honestly, even if Bazzite never becomes mainstream, it already changed the conversation. Because now gamers know something they didn't know before. Windows is no longer the only answer. So, Bazzite isn't trying to destroy Windows, it's exposing a question the gaming industry ignored for years. Should a gaming PC feel like a gaming machine first, or a productivity machine with games installed on it? Over the next few years, we might see PC gaming split into two worlds, people who use Windows for everything and people who want their gaming setup to feel more like a console. And Bazzite is sitting right in the middle of that shift. Bazzite's philosophy is not about replacing Windows for productivity, it's about separating gaming PCs from general PCs. For the first time in decades, PC gamers have a choice, and choice changes everything.